Peace. What's up, guys? It is Spooky Noodles. I am here with a book haul. This is gonna be part one because I'm gonna be honest, I don't have that many books right now. So it's gonna be a really quick video, and that's of course I ramble. So I'll try not to ramble. But I got one thing in the mail today, and I got something in the mail a couple of days ago. I thought I was getting more stuff today than I did, but it's besides the point. I should be getting something in the next few days, or two things in the next few days, and hopefully a contributor copy of something I've been in. So can't wait to show you guys that. But today we are going to talk about the two books that I recently got. First thing is Kathy Koja's The Blue Mirror. It looks like it's all like what's the word? Not precipitation. Oh geez, the word's not there. I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean when you see the droplets right there all over the page. It's not because the book's wet, it's because that's the way the book is yeah. So this is a YA book apparently, and it is marked as fantasy. As you know, this is a library copy. So it's labeled a YA fantasy. So I don't know. I'm not really familiar with YA young adult horror, but or fantasy. But I know Koja, and Koja is amazing. Kathy Koja. I got her book right here. Bad Brains. Didn't do any reading today, but thoroughly enjoyed Bad Brains so far. Not enjoyed, enjoying. I should probably read a little bit before I go to bed, which there's dinners soon and then bedtime, so let me read the back to you, or there isn't really a back because this is a hardcover, so I gotta read the inside flat for you guys. Here we go. 16-year-old Maggie's life is being invisible at school, taking care of her alcoholic mother, and spending all the time she can at the Blue Mirror, a downtown cafe. She can lose herself there for hours with a cappuccino and a sketchbook, her own paper world she calls the Blue Mirror. But everything changes when she meets Cole, a charismatic runaway. Maggie is intrigued by Cole's risky life on the streets and by the girls who follow him, childlike Jolie and strange Marion. Sorry, not Marine, Marion. And when Cole says that he loves her, Maggie comes alive. But is Cole really what he seems to be? And what does Maggie see when she looks at him with all her heart? In poetic and evocative language, Kathy Koja draws us into the haunting, passionate world of the Blue Mirror. So that is the Blue Mirror by Kathy Koja. I won this on eBay for a penny. I did not actually expect to win. I thought it was a ridiculous bid when I made it. All I had to do was pay for shipping, really. So that came up to probably like $5. So yeah, $5 for a Kathy Koja book. Yeah. So I own this now. So I think it's a pretty interesting book. I haven't read it yet, but it is only 119 pages long. So it's gonna be a very quick read for me. I'll probably fit this in somewhere, I don't know when. Next month I have my TBR already picked out, but this might be squeezed into this month. If it cannot be squeezed in, then we're going to the a different book. But yeah, that's The Blue Mirror by Kathy Koja. And then this sucker, I'm very excited about this book, even though the cover seems a little damaged, which is kind of disappointing. It looks like someone dropped it and then slid it on the ground, because there's all these chips and stuff inside the in the cover, and that's kind of frustrating. But it's a good looking book regardless, and that is The Wasting Boys by Justin Hunter. There isn't much of a synopsis on the back. There isn't any inside flap. So, and plus it's in cursive. So bear with me. I'm not the best at reading cursive because I don't have much practice. I can write in cursive, but reading cursive, let's just say it's been a while. And this is going to be my first time in a long time actually trying to read cursive. So don't make fun of me if I slip. Alright, here we go. Euclid finds a videotape that shows him committing suicide by hanging. Some futures are inevitable. It's the road to the end that matters. It's the fight that counts. Push play. Very, not much there as a synopsis, but I kind of like that in a sense because it lets you figure it out when you read the book. This book is casting or generating a lot of light, and it's making everything in the background black. Watch this. Papa. But I wish there was a better synopsis. Maybe I can go online real quick and see if there's a better synopsis for The Wasting Boys. Oh. Well, it's not even on Goodreads. That's kind of a shame, to be honest with you. How am I gonna... Can I add a book? Yes. Oh, okay. Well, I'll do this later because I'm in the middle of a video, so I'll do all this later. Wasting Boys is by Justin Hunter. On the back, it has the publisher JHB, which I'm starting to think is just Justin Hunter. Because JH is Justin Hunter. I don't know what the B would stand for. Books, maybe? Justin Hunter Books? That's what I would guess. The cool thing about this is the reason why I found this coming of age novel is because my friend made the cover for it. And if you don't know, if you can't see, it is a VHS tape, and it's kind of shattered a little bit, and there's blood scattered around it or dripping from it. Like I said, it's about this boy who this videotape basically shows the future, and it shows him getting hung. So, and not when I say hung, I mean like by a rope. Dirty pervs. But looking very forward to reading this book. Don't know when I'm going to read this, and if I am going to read it, I have to fit it into a month. Very excited to read this. My friend did the artwork, and I saw some things about it. It's all double spaced, and the typing's pretty big. So I don't know if are the page numbers counted? No. So I don't even know how many pages this sucker has. Is there anything? No. There's like literally nothing. It just it's right into the story. So this looks like someone's first piece of work, which is cool. I'm very excited to give someone a shot. That's what this is all about. Coming of age story. Everyone's got a coming of age. That's what I personally believe, is everyone has a coming of age story in them. It's just whether they want to write it down or not. I personally am writing a coming of age story, which is called Symbiotic. Don't know when I'm gonna finish it. I probably should be working on it right now, but I'm currently making this video really quick. This is gonna be part 1 of the book haul. Depending on when I get the other books. Because even though I only have 2 books in this, I really kind of go in depth a little bit with some of these books, or I just ramble a little bit. I should really say that. That's what I really should say. I ramble, and these videos get kind of long. Like, we're already at 10 minutes, so and all I did was show you 2 books. But I think that's pretty cool that you get to kind of chat with me a little bit. So, but I'll read the first page for you so you can get a taste of the writing. But remember, it's probably someone's first work, so give them a shot. Euclid wakes up to his cell phone alarm. He sits up quickly and hits his head on a low ceiling beam. He puts his hand to his head and then lowers it in front of his eyes. No blood this time. Euclid was getting used to hitting his head in the morning. His parents gave him permission to move his room around, and he wanted to move his lofted bed. His room being a small one, there was only one wall available unless he wanted to move his bed from the front door of his door or his closet. His father warned him about moving his bed where it was now. Ceiling slope's too much, his dad said. You'll crack your skull open. Euclid moved it anyway. Euclid was more likely to do something if he was told not to do it. Such was the way of a 13-year-old. If something wasn't in his best interest, he liked to find out firsthand. His head was paying for those choices now. His family lived in a log home, so he was literally smacking his forehead on a tree every time he happened to dart awake. The log home wasn't one of those tiny, dilapidated structures used for hunting cabins in the woods, either. It was built only a decade ago and easily fit their family of 4. I'm gonna stop there. If you notice, I struggled a little bit because I don't know why I was stumbling. It might just be me, so don't judge him for the stumbling. But there was I think there was a missing comma somewhere there. It just felt like a run-on sentence, and it tripped me up a little bit because I was running out of air. But again, I'm not one to judge writing because I'm fairly new at writing too, so I'm not one to judge anyone's writing. I don't know anything about this book, guys. I just saw the cover. My friend made the cover, and I heard it was a coming-of-age story, so I had to get it. So, my friend made my cover symbiotic. He made my cover for a book that's coming out this summer called Gray Matter. And I've also bought a few more covers from him. I bought the one that I use as a background for my website. When you go to purchase a book on my website, which I don't have any books up yet, there's a page for the purchasing of the books, and that has a guy with horns floating over a city. And that I bought that cover for a story, and then someone told me the story's been done, so I shouldn't go and write it. So I kind of just ditched the idea, which everyone keeps yelling at me for that. They're like, everything's been done and you shouldn't give up just because someone told you not, it's been done. My friend was kind of drunk when they told me that it's been done, you can't do it, So I don't know if he actually meant it, but no idea, I guess, is original, and it's just the way you kind of write it that makes it special, and the routes you take throughout the story. But everyone keeps telling me nothing's original, and I don't really believe that per se. I think every once in a while something comes along that is different than anything else, but everything has can connect to something, like they all originate from something in a sense. But that's besides the point. I'm rambling. I'm so sorry. I promised you I wouldn't do this, but I did it anyways. These are the 2 books that I got: Blue Mirror and The Wasting Boys. I don't want to give away what I'm going to be getting, because they're going to be coming in the next 2 days, I believe. I probably already gave away one thing, and that's Wrath James White, his book Skins. That's coming in 2 days. or it should be in 2 days. I'm guessing it's in Ohio right now, and I'm in Michigan. So, and of course, it takes a weird detour to Illinois. It's gonna be here in 2 days because it will get to Detroit, and then the next day it will be out for delivery. So that's usually how it goes when things hit Ohio. I've seen though that sometimes when it hits Ohio, it'll take a detour to Illinois for some reason, and then it will come to Detroit. So that's frustrating when that happens, but usually it comes from Ohio and then goes to Michigan. So then I have something else that's coming from Indiana, which isn't that far away. So I'm guessing 2 days for that one as well. And then I have my contributor copy of Books of Horror Anthology. I bought 2 books, and I'm getting a contributor copy. So, and I got the 2 books I bought. I got them for sale. I got them for an author discount. So I got one for my sister and one for my mom, and I plan on signing them. So we're gonna have my signature, you know. No writing update today. The only thing I really did was take more video, and I added it to my collection, my short story collection that's set to be released in the summer. I put that in the collection and plan to sell it. I think the stories in it are pretty good. It runs at 94 pages, double spaced. Obviously, I'm going to single space them when it comes to editing and formatting, so that will shrink the pages numbers. I'm not doing it to, try to save a buck. It just happens to be that I save a buck, but I do it because I actually don't know if I'm cheating myself by doing that, like cheating myself if I do double spaced, or if that's how they like it, because maybe they don't like editing double space stuff. I don't know. For me, double space is amazing, and it gives you an insight to how long your book's gonna be when it gets condensed. Because when it gets condensed, obviously you're not gonna have this big of a page. It gets condensed into a smaller page, and when you double space it on Word doc, it gives you a feeling of how long it's gonna actually be. So, excuse me. What was I talking about? But yeah, I don't know why I got on the writing topic. Oh yeah, because I said that I put more video into the Gray Matter collection. Did I call it an anthology earlier? I didn't mean to call it an anthology. If I did, it's a good collection video. I think, oh man, it's a good collection of stories. I found a narrator. That's something big I should talk about. I guess this can be a writing vlog / book haul, part 1. I don't know. But, yeah, I found a narrator I really like, but she might be out of my price zone. I have to figure that out. I'm waiting for an email back. She's from Michigan, so that's awesome. Sorry. I'm a little tired. But yeah, I just, I'm really running out of words here. Writing vlog, I guess this is a writing vlog. Yeah, words, Nick. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not focusing. My tortoise is moving around his cage and he's doing something funky and it's distracting me, and I'm trying to think about what I'm gonna say next, but it's not coming to me. So I probably should end this really soon. But before I end it, I just want to say that thank you for everyone who has supported me. we're at 100 subscribers on YouTube, and on my author page, I have, I think, 64 likes, or maybe 67. It might be 67 likes. I can't remember how many people liked and followed my page, but I think that's amazing how many people support me right now when I don't have any work out yet. Technically, work is coming out. My story is going to be in Books of Horror Anthology. Now, don't get like too excited, because the story I sent them was in third person when it was originally written in first person. I think the first person story format for that specific story is better than the third person, but that's just the one they accepted. I sent them both the first person and the third person, and they accepted the third person. So the first person narrative for Trunk or Treat got accepted into another anthology, and also Portal in the Woods finally found a good home with that anthology. I'm so happy because I think Portal in the Woods is one of my best stories I've ever written. As soon as I wrote it, a bunch of people copied me, or at least it seems like a bunch of people copied me, and it sparked up a whole thing where my favorite narrator, Dark Somnium, narrated Portal in the Forest, and I'm like, wow. And I'm like, I even told the dude, I'm like, I told the narrator, my story is called Portal in the Woods, and it came first. And he said, oh, that's what my tortoise is doing. He didn't believe me, though, of course. Well, it's not that he didn't believe me, he just never responded to me. So I'm guessing he just doesn't believe me. But I've seen Portal in the Forest, Portal in the Woods, just the whole name just ripped off. I have a portal in my mirror. I've seen just a bunch of, and I know I didn't originate it's not like I created the story for a portal. It's just as soon as I made a story about a kid finding a portal, all of a sudden a bunch of stories pop up about kids finding portals. And there's like direct rip-offs like Portal in the Forest, Portal in the Woods I've heard, Portal Next Door, Portal in My Basement, I Have This, I Have That. So I've seen a lot of Portal stories after I released mine. So coincidence maybe. Maybe everyone had the idea for a Portal story at the same time, but it seems like I wrote it and then everyone else did. And it's not like I'm being cocky or anything. It's a big form of flattery in a sense, because I don't take it too to heart. Because I'm probably overthinking this, and that's a problem that I have, is I overthink things. But that's just how it seems. It seems like everyone copied me, and when my favorite narrator picked up the Portal in the Forest and didn't pick up my Portal in the Woods, I did get a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie. My favorite narrator hasn't picked up a single story I have done, but that's okay. He says he only picks good stories, so I guess I'm not a good story. I don't write good stories, I guess. But Rael, I think his name is. Anyways, Slumber Reads. Look up that narrator. He has done some of my work, and then Darkness Prevails, I think. No, not Darkness Prevails. Darkness Tales. Darkness Tales did some of my stories. He even did Shuein Centipede, which stunk. I recently revamped it, so it doesn't stink as much, but it's still not a great story. I don't know. I'm going to probably release Shuein Centipede as a novelette and just sell it on line for 99 cents ebook. It's not that great of a story, but it's also not a bad story, and it would get some work out there and maybe get some money flowing. Maybe. It's a sci-fi / horror story, so I did pretty good at changing the ending. It's like a whole new ending, and I revamped it, and it probably wasn't done when I released it the first time to the public. I had 2 edits, and I felt like it was done, but honestly, I don't think it made it past like the rough draft stage. It should have had at least 3 drafts, which it eventually did have, because when I revamped it, that was considered the 3rd time I like fixed it. So, or not fixed it, but wrote a draft for it. I don't know. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is Darkness Tales did a lot of my stories, and Slumber Reeds did a few. Slumber Reeds did Trunk or Treat, and he did I Accidentally Created a Monster. The I Accidentally Created a Monster story was alright. I'm not gonna lie, it's not my best work at all. I think I can do better than I Accidentally Created a Monster. I do think that I want to pick it up again and try to write more to it, so it's not just, oh, and then it haunted me for the rest of my life, Boogeyman. No, I want to go into detail and maybe have him fight the monster when he gets older, you know. I don't know, it's all just ideas. It's not even like I'm actually gonna do it. Sorry, I moved the laptop a little bit so I'm more centered. But yeah, we're running pretty late with this video. Oh well, I rambled again. Nick does that a lot. He rambles. I gamble with the ramble. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, I found a narrator. That's what I was trying to say earlier. I found a narrator. Her name's Megan Kelly. I don't think she's really done a horror story before. She did a story that's like sci-fi kind of, and I'm thinking about actually picking it up with a credit, because her voice is just amazing. So I'm thinking about maybe picking her, but I'm trying to figure out how much she charges for a small piece of work, because 94 pages is not that much. But it all depends on how long it takes her to make it, because they charge by the hour, and I think they charge around $200 per hour, if I'm wrong. And if I were to figure out how long my collection is to read, I would have to say it's probably a 2 to 3 hour read. So I'll say 3. It was a 3 hour read probably, so it's 200, 200, 200, 200, that'd be 600. It's out of my price range, but if she just does 200 flat rate, where she just you pay her 200 to record your story or your book, then that's much better. I can do that. It all depends. But hold on one second. Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. So I'm just gonna end the video. I hope you guys have a good day and a spooky night. See you in the next video, guys. Bye, guys.
Now I am become death.